This is the Global Economic Commodities Scrap Metal and Recycling Report by our Bentley Roll-Off Trailer and Gondola Trailer, January 4th, 2021. U.S. weekly crude steel production fell to 1.6 million gross tons, but remains near a multi-month high as the U.S. economy continues its slow recovery. High imports of goods are hurting U.S. manufacturing. Crude oil price fell to $48.52 a barrel, remaining down 20% since January. Most of the record OPEC cuts remain in place due to low demand. Prices are up since March, but long-term renewables are a problem for oil. The U.S. weekly oil rig count fell to 267, down a staggering 83% from the 2014 high due to relatively low prices and low demand. New drilling technology is also keeping new rigs low. U.S. weekly crude oil production was steady at 11 million barrels per day off the March high. Low prices and low demand are slowing oil's recovery. Scrap steel number one HMS export buying price Philly rose to $340 a gross ton, a 3+ year high. Strained supply and good demand are driving increases. Scrap steel number one HMS was steady at $316.67 a gross ton, about a 2-year high on the same strained supply and good demand driving prices. Continued price increases are expected this month. Hot rolled coil steel rose to $51.50 per hundredweight, a 12.5-year high on good demand and higher scrap and iron ore prices. Copper price rose to $3.52 a pound, still near the multi-year high as the global economy is growing despite very high COVID deaths. Vaccine injections are slow but accelerating. Aluminum price fell to 89.9 cents a pound, but are also near the multi-year high on the same dynamics as copper. China's December NBS manufacturing index fell to 51.9 from November's 38-month high. The slow global recovery is supporting exports as China's business sentiment remains strong. November's U.S. goods trade deficit. This is a 65-year chart. Our deficit widened to $84.82 billion, the worst since the U.S. began recording data in 1955. Imports of consumer goods and industrial supplies increased as exports of food and capital goods fell. To be very clear, this is due to horrific U.S. government policy. November's U.S. new home sales fell 11% versus October to 841,000 annualized, but are still very high. It was the fourth month of decline. Sales remain high, though, due to low interest rates and people moving out of cities due to COVID. U.S. weekly unemployment claims fell to 787,000 and 383,000 self-employed, so 1.17 million total. COVID-related problems are causing a K-shaped recovery. High-end jobs are back, so V-shaped recovery, while low-end jobs are down. Wall Street's Dow Jones Industrial Average rose 427 points to 30,606, a new record high on vaccine optimism and continued massive government stimulus. The recovery remains in place despite record daily COVID deaths. Parts for roll-off trucks, roll-off trailers, luggers, and dumps are for sale at Ben Lee and our online parts store. Galbraith, Galfab, American, Dragon, and more. Pioneer, Rollright, Parker, Grecian, Holland, and more. As always, feel free to call or email me with any questions, and we hope all have a safe and profitable week in these very, very difficult next 6 months.